most annoying streamer. I hate you too, Reddit. That's my opening remarks. Figured I'm going to be here with Jacob. And I figured if it's getting light, somebody should show up. Somebody's got to be a scraggler. You got the worst pinch hitter on the team, but better than nothing. Hey, I just lost to one person that was watching. That makes me feel good. Thank you. Hey. What up? We got Jacob Harkey over here.
All right. So if any recruitment is happening around now, I'm thinking that it would be closer to the front.
Got a
so
staffer.
are you down to go that way?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. It looks like, yeah, somebody is walking.
We got a little party. We got a staffer here. We got the guy on the bike. He looks like William Jr. I'm liking it.
Was this the same shirt that you were wearing?
Yeah. I have a rule.
I didn't realize how nice it was. No, that's a good one.
Thank you. Right? It's fun. I got this in Miami.
Odo, isn't it?
Oh, that's my boy.
Hey, Odo.
How are you? I miss you. I love you. Yeah, I got this in Miami for like $20.
Nice.
I live there, but I have a rule. If I wear an outfit, I won't allow myself to change because then it defeats the purpose of wearing a nice outfit if you're going to get rid of it after 2 hours.
I get that.
So I have to commit to it. Although this is so hot, I had took off the jacket and the tie.
Yeah, I was going to say, it is hot out. I don't know how
that was a little hardcore.
How I hold up in a long sleeve shirt like this.
I don't know if it's the weather or if it's Odin making me that hot, one or the other. Hard to say. It's a tough competition.
A comedian.
You got 2 for 1. For better, for worse. For better, for worse. But yeah, I feel like this is a good time. I've been out at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Or 12 p.m. or whatever it is. Yeah.
Excuse me. I remember when I came out here in September of last year for the Eat Predators protest. That was
fun.
an earlier day one. That was something like 12 to noon, if I remember correctly.
So
And then the next month, in October of 2023, we did a protest at Celebrity Center that was 1 to 4, and that was really well attended. That was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Because one of the only ex-Scientologists who was at that first one at Big Blue last year was Laura. That's the day that I met Laura.
Okay.
And then at the next one,
around.
lots of ex-Scientologists were there. Serge was there.
Oh, cool.
Karen
Fun.
De La Carriere and
sure.
Augustine were there.
Oh, wow. Whole gang.
Liz Ferris was there. Oh, yeah. It was
cool.
it was a good turnout.
Oh, that's impressive. Was that just like, were they having an event or their own event? Is that why people were showing up?
I don't know if you're familiar with Alexa Nicholas, but she's a friend of mine, and she is a former child star who was on Nickelodeon. And did you hear about that documentary Quiet on Set?
Yeah, well, I heard it left a lot out, actually. Unfortunately.
That is also true.
Yes, I did. I saw it.
You did see it.
Yes.
So she was in it. She was.
Cool.
She was on Zoe 101.
Oh yeah. Very cool.
She was on Zoe 101, and so she had some experience working with Dan Schneider on that show.
Oh, good time. I'm sure it's a great one.
So anyway, she has an organization called Eat Predators that tends to organize protests against predatory individuals and also against the institutions that back them up. So we've also protested against the Grammys when there were a handful of lawsuits against the Recording Academy and executives at the Recording Academy and the people who they had silenced. We were amplifying their voices. So that kind of thing. But anyway, it was shortly after that is loud. Shortly after the Danny Masterson sentencing is when Eat Predators started paying attention to Scientology.
I like it.
So we had that. She had that one protest in September of last year, and that's where I met her. And then she and I became pretty good friends, and I got to kind of help her plan the October one, which was a lot.
Oh, good. I'm glad that was a successful event too.
Heck yeah.
That's important. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. MD Media, what's up? Subscribe to MD Media.
Thank you for being here.
Hey, Manzi, how are you?
Vertical mode is crazy, Jacob. Yeah, you guys, I don't know.
I decided, everybody told me to do horizontal.
I prefer horizontal, but it wouldn't let me change it. Usually when I go to advanced settings, as I'm setting up my live, I can change from vertical to horizontal, and I just didn't see that option there today. I don't know. Like I said, if there's any creators in the chat who have experienced the same thing and know a workaround, I would love to know. Okay, I gotta be honest. I have not been up here since the road was blocked off.
Let's check it out.
Let's see how.
Check out the scene. Maybe I could get a little jump in the bouncy castle.
Looks like we do have.
That'll be fun.
Nice little
food
truck here.
Very cool. Get some carnitas. See taqueras.
Find myself getting hungry or thirsty. We got options.
We do.
Confident Chris's finger says, "Be careful. Private security are aggressive." Noted.
Yeah, they're already walking towards us.
So, as I understand it, the sidewalk is not blocked.
Yeah, this is open.
Yeah. So.
As long as you don't
I did
record
see
any
somebody
kids, of
coming.
which there are none.
Mm-hmm.
So, but neither of us have been trespassed, though, so we're entitled.
That's true. But we can stay on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Well,
Hello. How's it going? How you doing?
well,
but
this
the
is
sidewalk
publicly
is public,
accessible.
though, right? The sidewalk is not public?
No, it is.
Oh, yeah, so
Cool.
we can just go walk on
You
through,
can walk,
right?
but you can't just stay in one.
Gotcha,
Oh, okay,
gotcha.
that's
So we'll
fine.
keep moving. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Well, they could have been worse with us, so they would have no.
Is it cool if I just
Legal
stop for a sec to read this? Can I just read it? Like, crowd notice, consent and release. Scientology Media Productions will be filming in this area today. By entering this area, you irrevocably. Okay, so we just got to keep
Wow.
moving? Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
How come, man? What do we ever do? They're not welcome.
Sorry about that. It's almost
I want to jump in the bouncy
best
castle.
for me to look where I'm going.
And they're not going to let me jump in the bouncy castle? I mean,
I guess not.
I thought this was fun for the whole family.
I thought so, yeah.
Aren't I part of some family?
We got some nice.
I can't jump?
Some nice chairs, nice planters.
Yeah. I mean, it's really a huge showing of the community, though. It's great to see them all come out. Yeah.
Performances maybe happening.
No, everybody's
That
really
could be cool.
enjoying this at the moment. It's heavily attended, and it's such a great way to bring people together. Of course, you can see so many kids here enjoying these festivities.
Empty chairs and empty tables.
Yeah.
Song from Les Miserables.
Looks like it's a wedding.
Even more.
It's pretty cool.
Indeed.
Oh, it's cool. At least they'll let us walk here. I'm sure they're not far behind us.
Oh, not far at all.
The gentleman. Yeah. That's cool. I never noticed that lion before.
Yeah, we do have a cool little lion there, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I wonder if he's related to L. Ron Hubbard. They kind of look alike.
Reminds me of the Mumford and Sons song.
Oh yeah, I remember
Lion
that
Man.
song. That's a
There's
classic.
another- is it like a slip and slide?
Yeah, this is cool. Maybe they'll let me do that. Super soakers.
Music coming up here.
That sounds fun.
There's double dip water park. More chairs and tables. When you fell out of the parachute.
Cool.
It's
like they're up there in their outfit.
That looks cool.
Oh, they actually got music. That's kind of nice.
That's exciting. We don't get those every day.
It's cruising. Smokey Robinson.
Okay.
So you could buy stuff here, I guess, once in a while.
Yeah, when they're open, which it looks like they are now. Where do we exit over here? Gotcha.
Hey, took the whole walk with us. I appreciate it. Thanks for walking with us. What's your name? I'm Dodge. Someday I'll learn your name. We'll play the name game. Anna Fofana, Anna Fofana. Name game.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Have a good one.
Next time.
The SBTV Foundation and the Aftermath Foundation both have volunteers that are willing to help you get back on the street if you ever decide that you're interested in leaving.
Can't if you've.
Okay.
But what if I want to go to the bouncy castle, though?
The sidewalk are still allowed on.
It's a perimeter area. You cannot come out.
It's a barrier.
It's a perimeter area.
Perimeter of area?
It's a perimeter area.
Primitive area?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I think it's just primitish. Not primitive. Making a stupid joke.
I just don't know what that word means. What does that mean?
They're not welcome here, bro.
But the sidewalk is still public, right?
You guys see this? You guys see this?
I see this, yeah.
Yeah, we're on the right side.
You should know that it's not.
I just want to make sure that I understand what the law is, because my understanding is that so I can get out of the street for a second. But my understanding is that the sidewalk. My understanding is that we're allowed on the sidewalk, right? But we can't be as long as we keep moving along on the public sidewalk, that's okay. We just can't stop in one place. I just want to make sure I understand. Is that right? Is that right?
Well, what if I want to use a super
I just want some
soaker?
clarification. I'm hearing you, so we'll start backing away. But I just want to make sure that I'm clear. Like I asked a bunch of.
What if I like Fleetwood Mac? But I love Fleetwood Mac. I can't enjoy Fleetwood Mac. I'm gonna start playing some Eagles. See how you like that.
Oh goodness, yeah, and I'm seeing in the chat saying he's BS, y'all. No, don't let security bully you. Oh yeah, oh I know. I know what the rule is. I know that the sidewalk.
Yes,
we're
we
allowed
both
on the
know.
sidewalk as long
It's
as
called
we just
fucking
keep
with them
walking.
politely.
As long as we just keep walking. But I wanted to. I mean, I'm not just gonna not ask the question and not continue to ask that. And
How they know us
continue to
that
answer
quickly? Well, I guess we had the phones and
Well,
everything.
you've got
but-
the yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's not many people on their side who are really.
Yeah,
just
and I'm
curiously
saying to my
trying
chat
keep
too.
everything
Yes,
straight.
we both know he's lying. We're both well aware.
Yeah.
Like I tried to ask. I said I want to use some of the super soakers, and they wouldn't let me. Like I can't cool. I think I'm entitled to water. Isn't that a basic human right?
Oh,
Violating
you know
my
what?
rights. God
Somebody in
damn.
the chat is saying he's not Scientology, private security.
I
but
figured he probably
Scientology's
wasn't,
Guards
yeah.
tell them to lie to y'all.
That makes
interesting,
sense.
Actually, because they don't want their members even come in that close in contact with us. I was promoting the foundation, so if he's not a Scientologist, I guess maybe that's
Well,
not having the impact.
Yeah, maybe he'll Google it and be like, "Oh my God, who am I working for?"
I mean, at this point,
So that helps. You'd be surprised how ignorant some people are, and who
guess
just
so,
don't know
yeah.
anything about Scientology and are just too lazy. Like it doesn't pop into their mind to even Google what it is. It's like it's just a job. I mean, it's interesting when people ask me, "What do I do?" I say, "Well, I'm trying to make a go of it on YouTube." I have to explain to them what Scientology is. Most of them don't know what it is. I'll be like, it's a religion. Tom Cruise, if you know him, was part of it, is part of it. But they're not really a religion. They're a cult. But 60% of people have never heard of it. So he could be one of those people are just apathetic. So he could be one of those dudes who just it doesn't even register in his mind. You know.
It could be, although it's hard for me to imagine that people are just.
It's
gonna
hard
take
to
a
imagine
job,
it.
Take a
Yeah,
job
but that's
without
how a lot of
learning
people
anything
do that.
about it. And these days, all it takes is one Google search on Scientology.
Yeah, but some
you know,
people are so disinterested it wouldn't even come up in their mind to Google anything or to think about who they're working for. Some people are just not most people, but I'm gonna say at least 30% of people are like there's not a lot of depth in their thoughts, so they don't care to research or look at it. It's not even a thing that pops up. Being maybe I should Google who I'm working for. They have just no interest. It's like you work, you go home, that's it. You like the topics that you like, if it's sports, if it's something else, whatever. But yeah, it's interesting how even today, there are a lot of people who really don't know about it. But I mean, that guy could very well know about it too. Tons of people think it's the Catholic Church, says Chuck. That's
What?
a new one. But
yeah, I don't know how many people think they're the
they
same.
both abuse kids, so hey, you're not
There you
that
go.
far off. They think it's just some church, right? You know, a few people, maybe they've heard the term Scientology and just think it's, Scientology. They can think maybe it's a smaller part of Christianity, like Unitarianism, or more harmless type things. But you don't know.
Part of me just thinks, how funny would it be if we just did like 12 laps, like just kept doing the same exact thing.
Well, we cover a lot to walk through.
We could definitely go through again. I am also down to stay on the street over here and just see if we happen to see anything interesting happening
say
on this
hi.
side.
Yeah.
If there might be a staff or Sea Org member.
Oh, cool.
walking
Give them a high
past their
five.
car. I don't have
Where, what we also eliminated? I
What's
don't
that?
see anybody in like the tie-dye t-shirts anymore. Like surreptitiously like handing out stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it has been a minute. And
It's been a while.
I know every now and again, Confident Chris will get here early enough that there are still recruiters out that
So there'll be
sometimes
few,
they even
huh?
try to hand him something.
Yeah, I saw that.
He
That was
tends
funny.
he tends to get the good footage.
Yes, he does. He gets the action.
I'm not sure if
Right
he'll be
place,
out here
right
today,
time.
but it would be
Yeah,
cool
it was
to
coming
see him.
out. Yeah.
It has been a minute. It's been a while since I've been here, to be honest.
Yeah. When were you last here?
Honestly, I think it was around the time that the encampment was still going. I don't
Oh,
think
cool.
I've been here
Okay.
since that.
It's been some time.
Since that ended.
So,
yeah, it has-
3
it has
weeks
been.
ago, a month ago. Yeah.
Yeah, what was that? It was scheduled to go up until the end of June, and then ended up being June 8th or so.
Yeah, it's a solid week.
Lots of people in my chat are loving your shirt.
Oh, thank you. Glad you guys enjoy it. $20 purchased in Miami. But I dress up because I like to dress up for court.
Yeah,
So.
you and Philip Cohen.
Yes. Ha 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 ha.
Not
He
that you
looks
have
like-
anything else in common with him.
He looks like an out-of-shape Kingpin from Batman. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, me and Cohen. I complimented Cohen once on his style, and
Oh,
he said
really?
thank you very much.
Oh, I love that. I'm sure he did too.
Yeah. I don't know if he knew who I was or not. Well, probably
I'm
not.
actually gonna take a drink of water real quick. I am
Smart.
baking. out
Yeah, it's
here.
damn
It
hot. That's why I
is-
went up north.
Goodness gracious, it is hot. Do you have water?
No.
Do you need some?
I mean, I could have a sip if you're not a germ person. If you are, no pressure.
I think I have a few.
Oh, cool. Really? If you don't mind.
If you want one, yeah.
Yeah, I could.
I got big ones.
Oh,
do you
Jesus
wanna,
Christ.
Do you want to have one?
You know what? I don't think I'm gonna have a whole massive jug.
Okay.
Not really worth it.
Gotcha.
But I appreciate the offer.
No problem.
That's massive. You came prepared.
Yeah, I've been out here streaming before and run out of water sooner than I'd hoped to.
That makes sense. So I'm curious. There's a conversation in the chat, and Amy says it's sad how there are so few protests in LA. And then It's Mike Sandoval said Scientology started swatting everybody and they don't feel safe. So what do you think? Do you think there is a tangible lack of protesters? Do you think? Thank you.
Yeah, no
do you
problem.
think these things just come in waves? Do you think this people are scared of swatting? I mean, part of me has the theory that like mission accomplished. You know, they're not. We don't see them in tie-dye secretly handing stuff out. They're not outside of the test center anymore trying to recruit people. So part of me thinks, well, what more is there? But it's an interesting thing to ponder.
Yeah, I feel like I would say sort of yes and no, because let me think how I want to phrase this. There's a number of different factors that are at play. Basically, for one thing, I don't think it's typical to. This is essentially the first time that we've had this many people protesting consistently.
Well, right,
every
that's
day,
true. Good
while
point.
also live streaming to an
Right.
audience of people on the internet. Like, that's a new thing.
Right. So that just feels right. You started off as 2 or 3 people anyway.
And so when I think back to previous movements to protest against Scientology, one of the bigger ones being Anonymous around 2008 or so, I know that there were a handful of dates that were picked, and those dates ended up being worldwide protest dates.
Well, of
so
course,
at all kinds of major cities worldwide where there were Scientology organizations, activists were gathering to protest. I feel like these days, a handful of things have happened in the last year or so, between Danny Masterson's sentencing and then William Good's encounter with the Scientology security guard in front of the
there's been a lot
center.
of incidents have spiked it.
Those have set off a few different, and really just a movement of many people protesting Scientology, some of them with an organization like Eat Predators or with just other individuals they're friends with, and some people just really on their own. And nowadays, I don't think that some people, I do see people say from time to time, admit it, like people on Reddit, admit it, it's over. Like the movement is coming to an end. And
my best friends.
sure, it's not, we might not regularly see days that 15 people are out here multiple times a week.
But there's still some pretty much every day.
Yeah,
still.
Chris definitely still tends to be consistent out here. Solomon, he makes it out here a good amount. There's still people who do. Yeah. There's still people who are putting in the time and are putting in the effort. And I mean, at the end of the day, there's not only one way to protest. Another thing on the note of what people are saying in the Reddit, what people are saying online. I know that there are a handful of people who will kind of just talk crap on this general approach of just being outside the Scientology buildings, just walking around and talking.
What the fuck are they doing?
And I mean, I hear them. I get what they're saying. That's not typically what people think of when they imagine protest. When they hear protest, they imagine holding signs and leading chants, that type of thing, which there hasn't been as much.
Well, we've had that each and every time, but that's like, it's like apples to oranges, right? Because they're saying, well, why aren't you holding signs and having a critical mass? We've done those. Protesters have done those at events that require critical mass at specific events. That can't happen day after day after day after day. What has to happen is what we've been doing is we have to have a constant presence on the ground, so we shut out the recruiting, so we shut out even the secret recruiting where people are undercover. That's been successful, and that we have to continue to do because we can't let up. Because the moment they could catch their breath is the moment they could go out and get people to join their call. As for the times we've had signs, we had an encampment for a week. We had a massive convoy that kind of noised around the whole neck of the woods. Ideal Org's opening that I was in Chicago, the one in Austin. Mexico City, there was a small presence. So, you know, they act as if there's a major yearly event happening every day. But it's a completely different approach. So, yeah, that's my message to people. I love to read Reddit because I find it fascinating, and I'm so detached from. And you know, it's just like the division of MAGA versus, you know, people who are overly obsessed with the Democrats. Either or, you could be the best person in the world if you like Biden and the other person likes Trump, you will hate that person. And you will interpret every little thing. You know, every sentence could be interpreted and twisted in a negative or positive way. So it's the same shit. They don't like that, you know, a lot of people have friendships with Aaron Smith Levin, with some other people, and because they hate the singular person, they will by proxy, by reflex. It's not personal. That's why I'm not so mad about it. They will hate us. They will hate each and every. They might say they like this one protester, but they'll like that one protester because that protester is talking shit about the other 95% of the protesters. So that's the only reason. You know, somebody was like, I emotionally abused Becky because I made a meth in a tent joke. First off, it wasn't directed towards her. It was directed that DOA sees meth in everything. But it was like I was emotionally abusing her. But you look at somebody said it. Yeah, but you look at their, you know, I said, oh, there's a tent, maybe Becky's in there, haha. You look at the emotional abuse that they might inflict though. And it's a lot of schoolyard children screaming. So to me, it's adorable and hilarious. But for other people, I'm used to it because when you're in local TV news, the only time you get comments is when they're negative. So I've grown up with it. It's like second nature to me. And I find it fascinating and amusing. And it's part of this bizarre circus. And it means that you're getting recognition, and people don't like that if you are not allied with their team. But that's why I titled my stream Most Annoying Streamer According to Reddit. So people are making comments. Yeah. So I like to poke.
To say hey to my chat. Hi, Marina.
Please do.
Hi, X. I see some friends have come in. Hi, Lana. And I mean, also on top of that, I feel like as far as this not being what a typical protest looks like, I feel like there can still be value found in talking about Scientology's abuses and having this just be the location where we meet up. I mean, especially on a day like today that we attended a hearing, and we already did a live stream outside of the courthouse to talk about generally what happened today, but even still, I've continued to just kind of think about some of the things that we saw and think about what the implications of them could be, because for those who didn't happen to catch that stream, the short story is we attended a hearing in the Jane Doe v. RTC case today, and the case was today's hearing was a case management conference, and it was continued to October. But Dodge and I stayed at the courthouse for a little bit to use the court computers to look up documents related to the case.
Yeah, a lot of nuggets.
And we saw that Jane Doe's mother, who is still a Scientologist, has filed a declaration, or the defense has filed a declaration of Jane Doe 1's mother, basically calling Jane Doe 1 a liar and saying that she'll be willing to testify in court to testify to everything that she's saying. Everything she's saying is true, according to her. One thing that made me think of after we finished streaming is that is a tactic that Scientology has used before, or it was used in the Danny Masterson criminal case to intimidate Claire Headley. Because Claire Headley, in the second Danny Masterson trial, she was the expert witness testifying on Scientology, testifying as an expert on Scientology for all the years that she spent in Scientology. And once the prosecution was able to get her confirmed as a witness who was going to testify at the beginning of the trial, the defense put up their own expert witness on Scientology, and it was her stepfather.
Funny. That is a pattern.
The defense did not end up calling her at all, and also in that case, the defense was not.
But right, I even have them on
they weren't the ones being tried, but we know that they were involved.
Of course.
Defense.
Well, because they always want to pretend that they're not, and that it's just some innocent person, and that anybody who attacks them are attacking us.
But in the end, her stepfather did not end up testifying. The defense didn't end up calling any witnesses in either trial. But by putting that up, that's the kind of thing that could intimidate Claire, or that the church could hope would intimidate Claire out of testifying. So it's not surprising to me that they would pull something like this at this stage in the game. Now, I'm looking forward to seeing the lawsuit continue to move forward anyway, but oh goodness, that was certainly something that I didn't expect to see today.
Yeah, it was like surprise after surprise after surprise. Jacob also discovered Miscavige now has two main squeezes as his attorney. One of them was the main attorney for Jamie Spears, that's Britney's father, in the conservator battle. So
that's Alex Weingarten.
Yes, remember saying Alex Weingarten, exactly. So that was interesting. And then another little nugget is that Gavin Potter, all of this boils down to a higher up in Scientology married this girl, and this now woman felt like it's a coerced marriage. But he remarks, or the mother remarks, the mother of this girl who is pro-Scientology, who's still a Scientologist, she remarks that she had paid for these amazing weddings and that she even got her champagne, which is like, the mother just admitted in her filing that Gavin Potter, at least to her knowledge, was allowing a minor to consume alcohol in his presence, under 21. So it's funny to see, they're not actually as talented as you think they are in terms of their legalese and their acumen, because there's always like dumb stuff that they miss that just makes them look stupid.
Well, and the other thing is they'll do things that even if they'll be winning strategies from a legal perspective, they still don't make these people look moral. I mean,
no.
The way that this religious arbitration
it's contract
gets pulled out every time, have they historically been mostly successful with it? I mean, yeah, the church has had a lot of success with derailing lawsuits using that arbitration contract. Do Scientology's attorneys sound like they're representing a benevolent organization when they pull out that strategy? No, of course not. But that doesn't mean that it hasn't been a winning strategy before.
Yeah.
So I hope that the cases that are currently faced with that contract are able to get through it. But as I know you've seen, Valerie Haney's case. Well, although there was a development in her case in the last few weeks. Did you happen to see what's going on there?
No.
So to give everybody a little bit of context, because I know I'm bouncing around a little bit here, but we were just talking about the Jane Doe v. Religious Technology Center lawsuit. There's another lawsuit that's playing out in LA, which is Valerie Haney v. Scientology, and Valerie Haney is another ex-Sea Org member. She left the Sea organization by escaping in the back of a non-Scientologist actor's car, escaping from the international base. That was in 2016, and they brought her back so that she could avoid being declared a suppressive person and stay in contact with her family. And so she's suing for some of the abuse that she underwent throughout that whole process. And her case was successfully forced into religious arbitration, where the Church of Scientology pulled out the contract that all Scientologists have to sign when they're in, that says they will not sue the church. They'll take any grievances they have to internal religious arbitration. And unfortunately, the judge in Valerie Haney's case, Gail Killefer, sided with that contract, said a contract's a contract, and so now Valerie has undergone 5 full days of grueling interrogation by Scientology. That's the thing, is it's not really arbitration because Scientology has all the power. She's already undergone 5 days, and the judge has basically given the go-ahead for an additional 5 days. You were at that hearing with me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the church will be moving forward with an additional 5 days, as we understand it. And even then, there's no guarantee that we'll be done.
Right, because there's no hard deadline, right? I mean, they could say, the judge, can it be possible where they're like, okay, we've now tried 3 different bouts of attempted religious arbitration. Is there, like with getting served, for example, can the judge say, all right, great, you've tried, or can it be endless? Can they just kick it back into arbitration 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 more times?
That's what we have to find out. That's what we're going to find out here. And my memory is that Valerie's attorney at that hearing was doing what he could to try to push the judge for an answer about when can we expect a deadline. And the judge just really doesn't want to get involved with interpreting any element of the arbitration. Now, the thing that happened recently is that there was a recent Supreme Court ruling which overturned, or at least Valerie's team is arguing that it overturned a previously set precedent. I'm blanking on the name of the case right now. My memory is that it involved Coinbase. But the previous Supreme Court, the previous precedent that was set by the Supreme Court decades ago is that in questions of whether or not a contract was signed under duress, when the contract involves arbitration, the question of whether or not it was signed under duress, according to previous precedent, is that question should be answered by the arbitrator, not by the court. Well, Valerie's team has now made a filing with the court that look at this recent ruling from the Supreme Court that overturns that precedent.
Interesting.
And I can't say
Right.
I know all of the details of the case.
That's huge, though.
But that's what Valerie's team is arguing, is that it overturns that precedent, so that now the court should be able to rule that the contract was signed under duress, and therefore the judge should be able to basically quash the motion to compel arbitration filed by the church. And I will also say that that case is in Florida, so I've gotten used to following the cases that are out here in. No, excuse me, I'm misspeaking. I started thinking, my head started jumping to another one.
Track of.
Yeah, Valerie Haney and Jane Doe, those are both in California. And I'm hopeful that the judge will rule in Valerie's favor, and that the judge will be able to look back at the previous ruling where he forced the case into arbitration and say, oh, the law has changed, I can go back on that now. But I just don't know if the law works that way. So yeah. We'll see.
Well, they have precedent on their side, and they have the Supreme Court on their side. So,
they've got the Supreme Court on their side? Well, that's if the judge is interpreting it the same way that they are. Because as I understand it, they have already, as I understand it, the Church of Scientology has already filed their opposition to that declaration, or to that, I can't recall if it's a declaration or a motion that was filed by Valerie's team, arguing that that case should be revisited. Oh, you got it?
I got it. Thank you.
So
interesting.
So we'll see. We'll see what. We'll see how the judge reacts. I'm not sure how long to expect an answer to take, especially when the judge has already forced the case into arbitration. Because I kind of get the point. Honestly, do you want to just finish that one since I've still got a couple more? Yeah, and I can, if you want me to put it in my bag, I don't mind hanging on to it. But
I'll carry it. It's fine.
Okay. Let me just go ahead and
open
up another water really quick here.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep track of. It's really hot.
There was also, I started thinking of Florida for a second because there was a recent
yeah, I want to go there
too. Did you hear about that?
No, I can't. No, wait, was that the child trafficking suit against Miscavige or no?
Okay, so
the child labor trafficking, of which
actually,
Miss says there is none.
Maybe some folks in my chat are paying attention too, but I'm feeling everything that I just said about that Supreme Court thing. Now I'm second guessing myself. Maybe it was Valeska's team that did all that. Because the thing is, there's 2 lawsuits right now that are forced into religious arbitration. It's 2 of Valerie Haney's,
yes,
and then Baxter v. Miscavige in Florida. Now Baxter.
I don't even know anything about Baxter v. Miscavige.
That's the labor trafficking case.
Oh, that's that one.
3
Okay.
Sea Org members
yes,
who are Australian.
okay.
So that's the plaintiffs in that case are Valeska Paris, Gawain Baxter, and Laura Baxter. They're all citizens of Australia. They were all brought into the Sea Org as children and spent at least some time at the Flagland base in Clearwater, Florida, which is where Scientology's spiritual headquarters is.
Right.
Now, that case was filed, I want to say, in like spring of 2022 or something like that. And they had an interesting kind of saga of making attempts to serve Miscavige and submitting to the court all of their documentation of the attempts that they had made. But ultimately they weren't able to get in touch with him, but by their deadline that the court gave them, they were able to submit documentation that was sufficient for the judge to rule that Miscavige had been served. Unfortunately, it was shortly after that the judge did rule favorably in the motion to compel arbitration, so that case was forced into arbitration. Now, unlike Valerie Haney's case in LA, that Baxter case has not undergone any days of arbitration yet. And now that I'm saying all this out loud, if anybody in the chat wants to look at recent articles from Tony Ortega or look at recent posts from whoever may be covering this to determine which one was it, which legal team was it that recently filed some notice with the court to have the judge revisit their case in light of the recent Supreme Court ruling on arbitration. But in any case, I'll certainly check on that once I get off of here as well.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
So there is. I was starting to say there's a new lawsuit that's in Florida too. I figure.
Cool. Tell us about
that. If you're down to just chat for
absolutely.
a little bit and go through these.
For sure.
Whitney Mills.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that?
That was the wrongful death, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
That's right. So Whitney Mills is an ex-Scientologist. Well, she was a Scientologist. She died by suicide.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, at the end of 2022. Now, her mother and other members of her family are suing the Church of Scientology for wrongful death. And they're actually citing some interesting well, I say interesting, messed up, some messed up Scientology teachings. Apparently, according to the lawsuit, Whitney Mills, who is an OT8 Scientologist, like she's at the top of Scientology's big bridge to total freedom.
Oh, cool, she's a big weight.
Apparently she was experiencing some severe mental health struggles at the end of her life, and went in for Scientology counseling. And I guess that there's the idea in Scientology of past lives, and we're just this body's a piece of meat. We're
Sure.
Thetans, and we'll have future lifetimes and future bodies. She may have been convinced that if she can't get the treatment that she needs in this body, that it's time to go ahead and move on to the next body. Drop this body and move on to the next.
Makes total sense.
So the
Just
idea,
like Elron. He's still with us.
Oh goodness.
I might be his reincarnation.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, sorry, what were you saying? Didn't mean to
So,
interrupt you.
on those grounds, bringing up those teachings, the Mills family, Whitney Mills' mother, is now suing Scientology for wrongful death.
So I'm curious, did anything happen as a precedent? Did anything happen with the Lisa McPherson situation? I assume there was a lawsuit.
Lisa McPherson?
Yeah, that was the original person who died in the hotel.
So there were pending criminal charges, I think, for a little bit, and I think that through some intense fair game by the church, and possibly some harassment of the doctor nearby, they were able to get the right records destroyed, and in any case, no criminal charges were ultimately filed. There was
no civil lawsuit attempts.
It was a civil lawsuit, if I'm not mistaken, and my memory is that it took many, many years for the lawsuit to finally be resolved. And
I wonder if they settled.
I think ultimately it was a settlement.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Well, that's the kind of thing.
So they
that
have
tends to
enough
happen.
juice to there's enough there where they did settle. So hopefully there's enough there where Whitney's family, I mean, that's always up to them if they want to settle or win a case or however they want to do it. But
yeah, I mean, my guess is that with all of the cases that are pending, the civil cases, some of them, the Scientology attorneys may have even already offered a settlement. But I don't really think that these plaintiffs are looking to settle, because I think these plaintiffs want justice.
Respect.
These plaintiffs want Scientology to lose their lawsuit and have to make amends.
Right.
And a settlement won't necessarily accomplish that. Now I know that it has happened in the past where Scientology has been able to delay and get a case to just be dragged out for as long as possible. And then I'm blanking on the plaintiff's name right now, but there was some lawsuit pending against them within the last 10 or 15 years, I believe. And it was that same tactic of delay. Finally, the plaintiffs were able to get trial dates set, and shortly before the trial was set to start, they were able to get an order from the court to ensure that Miscavige would be required to appear in court for the trial, and then Miscavige wrote a huge check. And
funny,
that was where it ended.
Funny. So that's a pressure. The pressure is he does not ever want to show his face anywhere. So get him to the point where he has to be on the stand, he has to testify, he has to do something. But then, of course, you're right. I mean, I think a lot of these people, it's not the point just to settle, and the point is create precedents and bring them down. And first give them justice, but then also bring them down. And the way you do that is by these lawsuits generate press. They generate mainstream media attention. And Scientology is weakened ever more because of it.
Yeah.
Want to do another little walk around?
Yeah, come down.
Just to see what's up. We're walking on the side.
And hello to everybody joining in the chat. Hello to
Where's
Jeffrey Born now.
Yeah, I haven't said hi to anybody in the chat yet. Two guys in LA. What's going on? Two guys in LA talking to each other. Good question. The lore of Donald Trump's right ear. What a username. We are checking in on the Scientology building. This is it. And I'm an anti-Scientology protester. But if you want to learn more, just search my name on Reddit. Tell you everything you need to know. They'll tell you the truth. Sounds normal to me. Exactly. Detective Aluda, how are you? You comment in the chat. Emma Robinson, I'm currently in a conversation to read Mormon Crimes, where it's the same crap about religious crimes are unable to be scrutinized. Yeah.
We can't be stopping.
Oh yeah. Go, 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 go. We go to the side though. We get. Sorry, my finger's in the way, guys. There we go. Whoops. Hold on. Oh wait, am I flipped? There we go. Guys, am I flipped?
Are you?
I might. There we go.
We're legally allowed to pass through there, right? Well, but the sidewalk's not private property. I know we're...
Public event.
Well, was the other side better? The other side's not better? Well, but it's not... I mean, it's legal. It's not legal to walk on the sidewalk. You can't let me.
What if I walk backwards? What if I sing Fleetwood Mac while I do it? Just a thought.
Stop in the sidewalk. I'm just trying to just keep on walking that way. Okay, but can you show me a law that says that I can? Well, if you can show me a law. Okay, I can go to the other side. I'm not gonna. But I'd like to know if there's a law that you can cite that tells that is what law I'm breaking if I'm doing this. Because as I understand it, I am welcome to walk across the sidewalk, right? Yeah, so we can walk on this sidewalk, and we're just gonna keep walking. We won't stop. We'll just keep walking straight. What? No, I can't. No stop walking.
Well, it's publicly accessible. The sidewalk, it's permitted for us to walk upon it.
So, what was that?
No, I was just saying we're permitted to walk down the sidewalk.
Because that's
I'm not
my
filming
understanding. I mean, we've done some research into it, and that's my understanding is that if you've got the street permitted off, then we can't be in the street. But as long as we're on the sidewalk and as long as we're not like just stopping, and that's even what you said the first time too. I've never seen it. If you pull it out for me, then I'll see it.
You be on a license or not?
What did you say?
You be on a license or not? You should know.
I've the last time I was here was about June 6th or so. It was the first 2 days of June. It's been a but yeah, I was in here about June. I don't think that the permit that was then would have been the same. Is there a new permit between now and then?
This is the second one.
My memory back then is that the permit was from June 1st to June 9th, and then I think they had another one that started shortly after that. And I'm not sure what the permit is right now, so I haven't seen one that's good through July 16th. But if you get it for me, then I'd be happy to take a look at it.
All right.
We can look it up online. Public information. What website?
Is that Knight Rider? I like it. You got your own Knight Rider.
Yeah,
cool.
If you can let me know the website, that would be great.
I like that.
Google? I mean, I can look it up on. I can look up public street. Do I just look?
I'm gonna look it up on Telex. Telex should have it, hopefully.
So what would I? Should I just search like public or Church of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard Way, a public parking permit, or? I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
I'm curious. Do you ever watch the streams? Not allowed to say? No pressure. I hope you do. Ah, bummer. I'm sorry to hear that. Some fun stuff. We had some good times. I'll sing Fleetwood Mac. What if I was in a band and I was performing on the stage? I might. You never know. They might hire a 20-piece band. I mean, I might be one of the 20 people.
We had a performer singing live over there a little bit earlier.
Yeah, she was singing Fleetwood Mac. I feel kind of bad we kicked out the performer, but.
What was that?
I feel kind of bad we kicked out the performer.
I know. I wanted to see more of the.
She's kind of just singing to herself. So what's the point? Oh, what up, Vanessa LaRose? Guys, subscribe to Vanessa LaRose. She's awesome. Yeah, I was saying Fleetwood Mac because she was singing, what was she singing? Was she singing Landslide or the other one? I can't remember which one, but one of them two songs. I felt really betrayed. He said he didn't watch us. I thought I had a fan.
I gotta say, that was funny having the conversation back and forth with the walkie-talkie.
Yes, that was very funny. That's like they have their own Knight Rider. It's like Knight Rider. It's like the car.
That's right.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, we don't need to wait. There's nobody driving this way.
No. Well, this is good. We put them on their toes and freaked them out.
Okay, so I do see.
So that was fun.
I do see people in the chat.
Me too.
saying don't stop, don't need a permit to
Don't stop till you get enough.
Stop with the ignorance, y'all. So my understanding is it's not the filming that they need a permit, that has nothing to do with the permit. What we need, or what they need, is to have a permit to be allowed to tell us that we can't be in the street.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
And my understanding, and I'm not even 100% sure about this, so if anybody has any conflicting information, feel free to let me know. But my understanding is that on the sidewalk we can walk, we just can't stop. And so that's why I was doing what I was doing.
But this is good evidence, because listen, in the future, when there is a Hollywood council meeting, for example, we could use this as tangible evidence. Here we are, two people being respectful the entire time. We didn't stop once. We didn't film anybody specifically. We listened to the orders that the guy gave us. And we are members of the public. We're entitled to walk down that street. The permit is gone. Yeah. So this is very good tangible evidence to say, even, because they're going to throw shit at us and be like, well, some of the protesters scream or whatever and do this and that and disturb the peace. And they could use the disturbing the peace perhaps arguably as some sort of impediment. But this is like, we were doing no such thing. And so, now, I mean, many people have walked through this before. It's not like we're the only ones, but it's good to have, because it just adds up to the evidence that, this is not democratic. People are allowed freedom of movement in this country.
That's right.
And if it's an open public sidewalk and you have no permit, then anybody could go, as long as arguably they are not disturbing the peace. And nobody in that event felt disturbed by our presence.
I would agree. And that security guard, he was starting to block me before we crossed over to the other side of the street, which that is obstructing my movement on the sidewalk.
Yes.
And of course that was while he was still.
I'll put that in my back pocket. You listening, Scientology?
And it wouldn't be obstructing my path if he was just standing in one spot. I was kind of looking into this because of, I don't know if you followed the Nance Drew case at all.
Yeah, that's the whole scene.
Yeah, but in her case, as what I learned, as I understand it, is that if you are obstructing someone's path by just standing still, so like if you just stand still and then don't move, then they can walk around you. So that's not obstructing their path.
Yeah.
But if you're standing, blocking their way and then moving, now you're at fault if there's a collision.
And therein lies the difference.
And don't get me wrong, I do not want to collide with the guy. I will go out of my way to avoid that. But he was obstructing my path and not just standing still, but actually moving while I was. So something to know.
And then you could obviously, and even the whole following us is like, that's not very kosher. You could put that in your back pocket for something too.
Well, I don't know that that's
maybe
any evidence of any kind of wrongdoing that could be brought up as like evidence. Well, I mean, there's an argument.
Targeting somebody for free speech, making them feel intimidated, I think it's a stretch, but you use any stretch you could use. It's everything you use in your arsenal in a court of law, or at a meeting, or at a political meeting, or whatever it might be. And so somebody is, you could argue that somebody is trying to intimidate you for expressing your First Amendment rights. And who knows? That's the healthy part of this, right? Is we all accumulate little bits of evidence of how they're blatantly violating the law and blatantly violating people's civil liberties. So you ask us, like, why we do it. It's all this stuff. And there's a whole pot of gold of shit to just throw back at them.
Indeed.
Because we can't. It's harder. It's harder to, the layers of power are so entrenched. It's harder to take them to court for child trafficking. It's harder to do all that. It's harder to take them to court for covering up sexual abuse. But we can make our presence known. We could stay planted here. We could stop them from their recruiting efforts. And we could point out how they're breaking the law on a more basic surface level.
After all, that is the nature of an audience.
Isn't it ever? Imagine children going through the same thing, says Eyes to See. Yes, that is sad. Child labor helps pay the LAPD their overtime. Yeah, they very much do. You're right about that.
Yeah, Trent, I'm doing what I can to pay attention to the chat when I can, but some messages I may miss.
That's
Tell
all
them I
right.
need a personality test ASAP. I mean, they've already told me I'm not welcome there.
I should try to take one.
Tried doing what I can to see what they've been willing to give me in the past.
I should just go and say I'm L. Ron Hubbard's son. I think they believe it.
You got the hair.
To pull it off.
That's right.
But yeah, well, A for effort.
I always get so frustrated by this sign.
Why?
Because it's confusing. No stopping, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. except Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's complicated.
2-hour parking, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Only
Monday
for
through
2 hours.
Friday. 2-hour parking, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
But then you can't stop at that exact time.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
So between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m., there's on Saturdays, there's no stopping, but you can park. But never mind, because it says except Saturday and Sunday up there.
You know what? Screw it. I say let's protest the DOT next. Let's protest all that shit.
Well, there was another protester who got a parking ticket a few months ago that ended up consuming basicmay the entire rest of his night.
That's really that? Why? The parking ticket?
You were compared to you may have compared yourself to this journalist.
Oh, that's hilarious. This is Daniel from Salem?
No.
Zachary?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I like to say I'm Zachary Biden. I'm continuing the tradition. We need it. We need the next chapter. I'll never be as good, but I could try.
Oh, goodness.
A for effort. I mean, I'll never get to be on ZDT show, and that hurts me. But other than that, I'm almost like Zach. I want to be like Mike, I want to be whack like Zach. That's my dream.
All right. You want to go around this way and
Yeah,
see
we'll
if
give
there's
him some
anything
space.
interesting on the other side of the building?
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, get it.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm a New Yorker, so I don't pay attention to streetlights.
Just cross.
Yeah, that's what we do.
See, the security guard's got his eyes on this.
Got my eyes. Give him a little peace. I said on you. Got my eyes set on you. Gonna take a whole lot of thetans. A whole lot of creepy thetans. Yeah.
I think that it's around
Thetans.
here that Chris may have encountered recruiters before.
Oh man, I want to see them. They hollered at me before they knew who I was, and they were adorable. And then I was like, oh.
The recruiters?
Yeah, but they want to give me something, but they're trying to like lure me in. It almost worked.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me about that.
Oh, sorry, my finger keeps fingering the screen by accident.
Oh yeah,
my bad,
Marina
guys.
reminded me those signs that we looked at back here are the reason that company.
Yeah,
Chris
tell
comes
your.
out here to
By the
free
way,
cars.
tell your friend Marina I'm sorry. I can't. She said I called her something or did something. So tell your friend Marina. My bad. I can't keep track of all the mod stories.
Well,
but apparently she's upset.
Marina. I don't know if I know the story there.
I don't know it either, but she said I said something, or people are calling her something, and I joined in. I don't know. I don't have any moderators in my chat, so people just start these random conversations, and I have no fucking clue what they're talking about. But this mod said this mod about my mod, and this mod modded me to mod, and I don't know.
Yeah, thankfully.
But sorry, Marina, it's been nice having you. So if you hear me, I just don't understand what happens. That was about it.
For me, I'm thankful to say that I haven't encountered much mod drama. My mods
That's good.
are pretty dope. So shout out to all of my
Respect.
mods who are here. Oh no, unable to connect.
I'm
may have
still
lost
connected.
signal for a sec there, but now I'm back.
Oh, good.
I was just in the middle of
Back in
praising my
black.
mods for
Yeah, respect to
keeping
the
the
mods.
drama out of my chat.
Yeah,
It's
it
actually
says something about you and your
very-
mods.
It's impressive because I feel like I'm one of the only people in this community that will get really political and will actually talk about
respect.
my political views a lot, which I would think that would make my chat more. Have more drama, but
I think you're pretty level-headed, and I don't think you start shit, or
the mods have
that's a part of it. Yeah, So part of it's based on the person, if they bring people together and they're level-headed or they're not, or whatever the case might be. Or that's the thing too. How many moderators do you have? Sorry, you're good. How many
I think total like 7. Not
7.
Oh, they're not usually all.
So like
in at
some
the same
people have
time,
like
though.
40 freaking mods, and they have
Danny
like
especially he'll do mod sprees where he'll just mod everybody that's
that's
in the chat.
wild.
So
I mean, like
all the
fun.
messages
That's
are
kind
blue.
of cute. That's funny.
All of them have
That's
wrenches.
hilarious. That's actually kind of hilarious. I love that. But that does cause consternation if you're not doing it like a fun thing like that, it's like if you're making 10 people your moderators, there's going to be a difference of thought and a difference of opinion, and you know, it can be a recipe for disaster.
I don't know. Some people do a really good job of making sure their mods are always on the same page. Mindy is on calls with her mods like every day. I'm like,
Jesus Christ,
by the dedication of her and all of her mods.
Yeah, that's
honestly
what
I probably could do a better job of communication with my mods as far as letting them know when I'm going to go live. And
yeah,
so if you're a mod, I know that I haven't been great about letting y'all know in advance.
Well, better than the other extreme.
I'm working on it, y'all.
Better than the other
Thanks
extreme.
for all you do. All the mods are appreciated.
Well, yeah, but moderators mainly needed, I guess, for people that have it, you know, to shut down overly hostile attacks or things that are, you know, heinously inappropriate.
I mean, that's really why I needed to get mods originally. When I was still relatively new to YouTube, I was doing a live stream where I wasn't paying close attention to the chat for a while.
Sure.
And people
will spell it the N-word.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's spelled slurs one letter at a time.
Right. That same guy did that to me too.
Oh, is that right?
He's the only one I've ever blocked.
So yeah, that was when I realized I do need some mods.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, one of my commenters said, Amy, what you do tonight? Mods should be mostly invisible, in my opinion, says Amy. Peach Fuzz, what a name for a username. Yeesh, you need to grow up. Mod Squad. If the road is closed, it is closed for cars, not pedestrians. True that.
Indeed.
Says Olka Kex. I don't know how to say her damn name. Well, if I ever go out protesting, I will have to have mods. You don't have to. I don't have any mods. I'm talking to the person in my chat eyes to see. Dodge his finger. Yeah, I keep fingering at the thing. Sorry, guys. Cool, I think I'm all caught up with my chat. Imagine being a Democrat for the next 16 to 20 years. Yikes. Well, that was out of left field. Okay.
Oh, looks like
well,
got prepared for us on this side.
Oh, yes, Queen.
I wasn't even planning to turn at this point. Necessarily.
No.
I was thinking I might go back to the
Are those for me?
Oh, yeah, we see. Oh, some kind of celebration being prepared for. How's it going?
We're not even going to go in this time, don't worry.
Yeah.
But if, like, you do want to give away an extra balloon, I could use one. They look fun. I haven't played with a balloon in like 10 years.
Hope the
Just think about it.
There's going fun.
Yeah. Yeah, whose birthday is it? Can you say that? No? Bummer. Tell him happy birthday. At least I got a laugh out of him. He thought it was funny. Do you think about going live eyes to see? What? They're busy trying to pay bills. See, this is me. I should have, because I don't know what the hell people are talking about in my damn chat. Are you talking about the security? Yeah, I guess security's trying to pay his bills. Fair. We were perfectly pleasant with him. How was the weather there in Planterville? It's hot. It's a little. I'm sweating through my shirt, and I'm not a large man, but I'm sweating. I'm not DOA, but I'm still sweating through my shirt. That was mean. That was petty. Sometimes I like to get petty. Marina is the best moderator. Yeah, again, apologize to Marina for me. I did not mean to target Marina.
She says thanks.
Cool. And Marina, I'll reread your message and shoot me an email as to, like, I might have ganged up on you because we were talking about Dempsey or something, and everybody was insulting somebody named Dempsey. Imagine coming into a live stream and baiting people with an off-topic inflammatory comment. Well, let's get off topic and let's get inflammatory. How about that? You know.
I'm here for almost an hour.
Yeah, so I'll
have additional questions they want to ask.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're relevant to the.
Yeah, ask whatever you want.
At hand here. Dodge and I are.
We can talk about
open to having
whatever.
other conversations too.
Yeah. I'll pick up my dog probably in about 20-30 minutes, give or take.
Okay.
We'll chill for a little bit.
I love that you've got like the formal shirt and pants, and then the
weed socks.
Can I put that on my screen?
Absolutely, yes, definitely.
You've got that pink shirt, these nice pants, and the weed socks. Oh, I love it.
Not only can he put me on stream? You could even put me on Jeff's stream. I will let you do that. How about that?
Jeff stream? Which one?
Yeah,
is that?
well, he got mad because there's one of the gentlemen who I've met a bunch of times. The gentleman who said he's from Mexico. I feel bad. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
But he's really cool. He's here almost like every other day. I like him a lot. But do you know Jeff, the balding guy, Jeff? It's so much drama. It's hard to keep track of all of this shit.
Yeah, I think this is Jeff Delshad.
I believe so.
Yeah,
with the beard.
Yeah.
So he was like,
calls him Jeff the Plant.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
So he was yelling at that gentleman because he didn't want to be on camera. He kept pressuring him to be on camera. So that's what my inside joke is about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily know what to make of him. By the way, I'm not sure if they're strict about us sitting on the ledge right here.
Oh.
I don't. Maybe they're not.
I mean, again, I've never been trespassed.
True. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand there. But,
Yeah, better safe than sorry.
I don't know what to make of that guy because
I think he's just a troll that thinks it's funny to start shit.
that's the thing.
I don't
is
think
wonder,
he's like
is he really
hired by
Scientology?
side
Is he
now.
OSA or is
No.
he just a troll?
I think he
Like,
just likes
I
to
think
start shit.
That's who knows? I mean, some people, their choice is to just turn their back on him when he comes, and I mean, at the end of the day, that's a choice that they're totally allowed to make. I see him talking on his walkie-talkie. He keeps like looking
We ain't
at us
doing
for a sec.
bupkis.
Yep. I just gotta know what's going through that guy's
got
head.
the
Like,
old-
if
I know.
there's any kind of remorse. Damn, that
They're intentionally making it
the
loud.
walkie-talkie is so loud. Did you see him saying something about smoking on the property?
Oh, I've never heard that, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the
Okay.
what the law would be. But,
if he tells me to put the cigarette, I'll put it out. But
Okay.
they gotta have the balls to tell me first. Oh God, don't stop talking about Dempsey. Yeah, Reddit has like 3 hate posts about me, Carrie. But I think it's kind of funny. I enjoy
Who
it.
is Dempsey? Or
I don't know, man. That's some drama. I thought Dempsey is like Patrick Dempsey from General Hospital.
McDreamy?
McDreamy, yes, exactly. Yes, McDreamy. Yes. And I'm like, there's apparently some other Dempsey. Yeah, I can't pay attention. Hate posts. You made it right. That's what I'm not going to name names, but some people personally are affected by the Reddit posts. And I'm trying to tell them, like, dude, you made it. As this commenter says. Yeah.
I mean, just about
Eyes to see says that. Like, if you make it on Reddit, that means you've made it. And it's like it's a badge of honor. That means they're trying to silence you because you're actually affecting meaningful change. It's like...
And I mean, ultimately, anybody who's a public figure, whether it's Reddit or anywhere else, if you're as a public figure, you're subjecting yourself for the entire public to say anything about it.
Of course.
It's
the name of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not entirely mad at them either. Like, I mean, some of this stuff is gross and disgusting. But that's most comments on the internet. So it's not like they're more evil than the average commenter. And they genuinely feel that what we're doing is wrong. And they genuinely feel that because they don't like Aaron. That's it. And, you know, I like Aaron. I support him. They have their reasons for disliking him. So I don't even have as much hatred as other, like, I find them absurd little babies. I think they're kind of adorable. But, like, I don't even have that same amount of vitriol because they're so vitriolic, but it's just, they feel we are evil for whom we associate with. And that's it. That's their emotion about it. And the person that they hate, they think that person is evil. I don't think that.
I think Aaron is evil? Is that what?
They think that, yes. I don't think that at all, but that's why they hate me. That's why, you know, they hate anybody who has any connection with him. And it's just guilt. The whole thing is guilt by association. You know, it's like everything. It's like people could talk about me, and if you like me, you could say, oh, Dodge is really good at getting the facts. He travels to these places. He makes the effort. He has the charisma. He has the energy. He's able to be deft and quick on his feet. Or you could say he gets things wrong constantly. He got fired from all of his jobs. He's a loser. He lives off his parents' money. Fuck that. What a fucking piece of shit. Who is right? Who is wrong? Everything is subjective. All I know is that I feel like I'm doing good work. I'm providing information that people don't know. You know, it was funny because speaking of Zach, I watched the interview with Zach on ZDT, and he was so full of himself. And And it's like, I don't have that same emotion. It's like, you know, am I a journalist? I feel like I do journalistic work. I would say yes. Am I an investigative journalist? No. Am I a journalist all the time? No. Am I offended if somebody says I'm not a real journalist? No. Because I know that 80%, 85% of the people, that's why I have an open forum, say, thanks, Dodge. I didn't know that bit of information. I'm glad you showed up and relayed us that information. And I feel like I'm providing a service. And so anything else is like, why dwell on it other than the fact that it's kind of cool from a narcissistic point of view that you're being talked about all the time? But it's hard to have a thick skin like that. You have to, you know, be in it for a while.
I hear you. And yeah, or what it's worth, I definitely would agree that you do good work. And it's,
thank you. I appreciate it. Likewise.
It's good to have more folks. It was nice to have you in the courthouse today, so we were able to
have
a little chat after.
Yeah, right. And you're on the ball with that, and you really know the ins and outs of those cases even much more than I do. But yeah, I'm able to bring my talent to ask the right questions. Well, how will the media see this? What, you know, potential repercussions 6 months down the road does this development project? Whatever. And you know, we all have things that we contribute, and I think as long as we all have good intentions, then that's all you have to worry about. Comment, hi Dodge, I haven't cut a live in a long time. How's Dog? He's good. Thank you, Amber Vaness. I'm going to pick him up in about an hour or half hour. What did you say? You're not saying anything. Are you saying metaphorically? Somebody might chat. Or literally? Are you saying that I was just speaking hot air, or do you literally not hear me? Do you and F the haters? Yeah, you know, it's not even like, oh, fuck the haters. Like, because then you have to be emotional and be like, the haters give me life. Like, I do this for my haters. I don't do this for my haters. I'm honored. I'm flattered by my hater. I'm like my hater. My haters hate me. I like them. Because I'm anybody involved in news, or I was in politics before, they're somewhat narcissistic. So maybe that's a double-edged sword of being narcissistic, where it almost rolls off of you, and you're just happy people are talking about you. You know.
Oh, I
what's your point? Oh, so
something to be said there too.
Johanna, here's my point. Johanna, my point is, it is a simple message that people make nasty comments online, and that you really shouldn't feel bad about them. Because if you feel like you're doing good work, you should be proud. And I'm not saying that to compliment myself or Johanna. I'm saying it so other streamers who I know who have personally felt hurt by the comments. Cool. Let's go for a dance.
Maybe just for a second.
Who cares? All you.
That bike coming through.
Oh, maybe. Johanna said this. You don't have any mods. Johanna, you're always welcome here. Talking shit. Let's talk. I'll talk shit right back at you. I'm not talking shit. I'm happy you're in this chat. I'm sounding like a crazy person talking to myself right now, but that's okay. Johanna says, who cares? All you said had no meaning. I think it had a lot of meaning. I think it makes people think about things in a different perspective.
As far as the whole journalist question, I know this is something you and I have talked about.
Sure, we have.
It's always kind of something that I wrestle with. Like, would I consider myself more of an activist or more
right,
of a
and that's all existential. It's angst. It's like teenage angst.
Yep.
It doesn't mean anything. You know, yeah, I know you are a journalist because you know your shit and you relay information that people need to know.
Well, thank you. But I mean, at the same time,
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah.
Because and you see the comments too on the official. Oh, that person's an activist, therefore they can't be a journalist. You know, oh, that person, you know, sacrificed your journalistic credentials because they're not objective. By the way, being a journalist doesn't mean you have to be objective. Neither of us are objective. We're anti-Scientology. We hate Scientology for legitimate reasons, for objective, legitimate reasons. But we both hate. So yes, I mean we're both objective journalists in the facts that, like, if a court case doesn't go the way of the anti-Scientologists, we're going to relay that information, and we're going to analyze things objectively and give both points on both sides and give you that information. But we're going to be on one, like we are on the side of wanting Scientology to be dead. You know, but that doesn't mean, you know, there's activists. There's a whole category called activist journalism. Some people hate that. Some people don't. Everyone has biases. Yeah, and some openly admit it more. The problem of a bias is when you pretend not to.
Yeah.
And then you have the bias. Like in mainstream news, when you do a lot of cover-up stuff that I was part of, it's like you pretend that you're purely straight down the middle, as if your anchors don't have an opinion, or as if the news director doesn't, but realize it's slanted in one direction or another.
Yeah, a lot of that definitely resonates with me. And
Yeah.
I can definitely echo that. A lot of what I see covered in the mainstream media, I tend to view as very biased. But
Of course.
that's a whole other deep dive.
Yeah, but it is, and we're more polarized than ever on any topic. It's just the name of the game.
But yeah, I mean, as far as activism versus journalism, like another thing.
Yeah. Amy says, "Isn't that gonzo journalism?" Good way to put it.
Have I heard that term before?
He's a Hunter S. Thompson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, I feel like if I had to say which one I lean more toward, I would probably say activist. And
Cool
it
shoes.
is,
Like those shoes.
Yeah,
Sorry. It was cool. Yeah, right.
Got distracted there.
Yeah, my bad.
I probably would say more activist because but partly the objectivity and the fact that, or the subjectivity, the fact that I am definitely coming in with a strong opinion and a strong preconceived notion, even at the starts of trials.
Yeah.
I already, like this new lawsuit that was just filed against Scientology, I already have some pretty strong feelings about it.
Sure.
And we haven't even been having hearings yet. It's just in the early stages. And I feel like as an activist, part of effective activism is staying up to date on what the current status of ongoing legal proceedings are.
Very much, yeah.
And sometimes that involves going to hearings and relaying that information back to people. And well, if we're doing that, could that also be considered journalism?
Right.
Sure. But it's not necessarily a hill that it's important for me to die on, that like this is journalism.
Right.
That was one thing.
Again, we can't all be Zachary Biden. So stop with that. But right, and that's the thing. It's like, but you could know that you're doing meaningful work.
Totally. Yeah.
And we all. I mean, you know legalese like the back of your hand. So we all bring a certain amount of expertise in our unique niche, as much as we can.
As much as we can, indeed. I'm gonna wipe off my back camera.
Go for it. Carrie, it's hilarious your comments when people are complaining they want you impartial reporting. Once you have the facts, of course you can have an opinion. Right. I mean, we both first will gather the facts. We'll give it to you straight in that regard. And then the interpretation might be, maybe is it overly optimistic, perhaps on the side of anti. Well, no, not even. That's what we want. And we know who we're rooting for, but not even that. So yeah, thank you. Thank God for you too, Zach. Thanks. He's
dudes thinking they're journalists. Dudes wipe their camera. What? Dudes thinking they're journalists. I mean, I feel like
we just had a whole conversation how why we.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, I guess you missed that.
Keep dwelling.
Yeesh. Ham it up. I got to go to Tijuana with you. Remind me. Send me an email. She says, "Love you, two guys." She's a fan. So anytime.
Ham it up again. That's Heather.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hi, Heather.
And then I think I'm all caught up with mine. Luckily.
Well, how's your dog doing? Do you want to do another loop? Or
let's do one more loop, and then I should probably hustle out.
All right.
Pick up the poor dog, although he's probably fine because it's so dang hot. But yeah, I haven't seen him since 7 a.m. So it's been a while.
And yes, we are. This is the Scientology building. Right now, there are big letters in that famous big blue building.
Once a hospital where Jane Mansfield's daughter was born. And Marilyn Monroe was taken care of in there as well. And it was the hospital, even early on, it was a safe haven for Jewish residents because it was the only medical center that would accept Jewish people. And so that's why, and they expanded, and that's why it became bigger and bigger. So it could be an anchor for the Jewish community that faced discrimination. So it's deeply ironic and tragic that this hospital that used to be a safe haven for freedom and a safe haven against discrimination has now become the centerpiece for modern day slavery. But such is the irony of Los Angeles, an endlessly fascinating, very strange city to me, not being from this neck of the woods.
Indeed. My goodness.
So fascinating. I'm from New York City, so I'm from the other side, which it has its own. Yeah, I always wondered that. Why do you think there's no real Scientology presence or significant streamers in Manhattan, in New York City? I mean, part of me thinks, is Times Square, where they have their church, so busy where you wouldn't even notice 30 protesters anyway?
Well, I think it kind of comes down to, are there people out there who are following this movement, and maybe there just aren't. I know.
But that's the
there's
weird
at least
part.
One moderator for Confident Chris who lives out in New York City.
But then, but that's the thing though. But that doesn't make any sense because there's like 3 streamers in Sacramento. There's 2 in Portland. There's all these streamers in LA. There's a bunch in Austin. Pearl Snappy, Selfless Self. Chicago, Shannon, Chicago Scientology audit, like a lot. And yet, and of course, Florida has a fair amount and has that whole gang. So why is it that New York City literally doesn't have one consistent, well-known anything?
I don't know.
Maybe I could go back home and start it myself, maybe.
That would be cool. Oh, that's right. I forgot that you were based out there.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah, there would certainly be a community.
My apartment's a 15-minute walk from there.
Oh, wow.
My mom's apartment, yeah.
Right on, I love it.
So it's I used to go by it all. That me and my friend, the one time my friend heard about them when I must have been 16. And my friend convinced me to go in just to because we thought they're so crazy. And this woman with these blank eyes was like, hey, why are you guys here? Like, oh, you want to learn more? And she's like, what are your names? And my friend was so nervous he didn't give her the name. And I'm like, and he nudging me like, don't say my name. Like, oh, I'm Dodge, and I don't know his name. And she's like, you don't know his name? And you guys are friends? And I'm like, oh yeah, we just met. And then she's like, hold on, I'll get you some really cool information. And then we just walked out. That was like my literal only, I must have been 16, 17. It was the only experience in Scientology. But it's beautiful, and the lobby is really pretty in Manhattan, though. You do a good job with that, I suppose.
Did visit an org there when I went there for vacation in February of 2023. I did go into one of their orgs and take a little bit of a tour.
Oh, cool. What do you think?
I mean, it was certainly a nice building, and it actually was not empty. There were people who were in there for the course and getting recognized for the courses they've completed. And I left a card for the Aftermath Foundation with the person who was at the front desk. I used a fake name. I think Jack Thompson was my go-to fake name.
I like it. That's pretty common.
Yeah, but
Get away with it.
I had a little bit of a conversation with a staff member who was talking to me about, all of the different ways that Scientology could improve my life. She said she'd been in for decades, and I started trying to ask some questions that might start to get the wheels turning in her head. And eventually she was, it sounds like you've read some weird stuff, haven't you?
Funny.
I can't even remember which question
I
was that got it there. But I think it was something about isn't there a concept that anything bad that happens to you, you hold it in?
Huh.
And then she was like, you've read some weird stuff, haven't you?
You've read some accurate stuff.
Yeah, and that's all by people who want to take down Scientology, and that will never happen.
Yeah.
Is essentially what she said.
Well, that's why we're here. Don't speak too soon.
And they've got their org there right across the street from one of the Broadway theaters. I think it's Richard Rodgers Theater.
Yes, yeah, right there. Yeah, right.
You want to walk past on the other side of the street?
You want to be ballsy? All right, let's do it. Fuck it.
Cross here.
We'll do it live. Oh, you're saying just cross this side.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'll leave the poor guy alone for now.
Oh, are you thinking of going?
Oh no, yeah, you want to go? Let's do it. Fuck it. All right, let's do it.
Where's your? I'm not sure where you're parked.
My car's on the other side anyway.
Okay. Yeah, one.
This is hilarious.
One more. I don't even see the security.
Kim says stop making fun of their invisible friends at that party. Yeah, I was having fun with that.
The invisible friends.
Invisible friends.
Oh.
So the invisible friends here, because I was saying, look at all these the kids here. It's so festive and fun, and it's so well populated. And people are using the bouncing. What if I just started bouncing on that? Do you think they get mad? Should I just do it?
I mean,
should I just start taking my shoes off and just start bouncing for I think
it's your life, but it sounds like it could be risky.
Only the chat says I need to do it. No, I'm not get to it. There had to be like 5 people in the chat telling me to do it. Some point I'll do it though. For shits and gigs. I mean, it looks pretty tempting. Oh, you can't even bounce in it. Oh, it's not a bouncy castle. It's like it's like a b-ball thing.
There he is again. He sees us again.
This is the last one, I promise.
Yeah, last loop. Just passing through.
We're about to go home.
Yeah.
But we got some fans. You got Coldplay. I like it.
Oh, nice.
No, I'm sorry. This is the last time. Well, we are listening. This is the last time now.
Allowed on the side. I haven't seen anything that says we're not allowed to walk on the public sidewalk as long as we're walking through. I haven't seen anything. All right. Well, we're passing through. We're not stopping. We're just passing through.
But this is the last time. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about us. Oh, if you want to do some karaoke, Coldplay, think about it. Might be fun. Right? I think that was a gay slur, but that's okay. They have some clowns there too. Yeah, they do.
Oh, I thought he said something. Maybe he was talking into his walkie-talkie.
You might have been. They have some clowns too, don't they? Have...
Did Chris jump on the bouncy house?
Oh, that's hilarious. Did he actually?
That's funny.
Smells good here. Who are the people? Do you think it's like people, or do you think it's Scientologists that hang out in this little area?
Or
a mix?
Mostly Scientologists, but
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they will occasionally get somebody else who.
Hard to say.
To try out the Pacific,
yeah, it's kind of cute. There's nobody serving anything.
Yeah, I don't see anybody behind the.
So what's the point?
There.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool. Somebody going in. Well, that was fun. Just to rattle their cage one last time. Just for a good measure. Where's New Hampshire Avenue? That's where I am.
New Hampshire Avenue?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I'll look it up. Oh, it's right there.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for everybody who.
Yeah, this is fun.
Are you going this way?
Yeah. Yeah, guys.
Shirt,
There's
Asho shirt. I haven't seen this before.
classic. Oh, she must be a
Asho is
Scientologist.
American St. Hill organization. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It definitely is a Scientologist.
Yeah.
That's
I've seen those
badass.
Asho shirts before.
Yeah, I like it. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's original. Sí. Hasta luego. We'll regreso mañana, tal vez. Tal vez no.
To everybody who
Yeah, thank you guys.
did the chat for today, and I will hopefully be back doing something similar, either covering court cases or on these Scientology buildings sooner rather than later.
That'll be good. Guys, subscribe to Jacob.
So y'all can see me again.
Subscribe to Jacob Harkey. I'm not. Don't leave. I'm just looking to figure. Oh, I lost everybody. That's okay. These guys are all over the place. What the fuck is your point? Well, we got a feel for how accessible their neck of the woods are, how accessible their building is, how they're violating civil liberties, how they're violating the law, how they're violating the First Amendment. But if you don't like that, you can shove it up your pie hole. They don't dare put actual people / psyos there. You would have access to them. Yeah, so you think it's just random people. It is the Truman Show. It's a good way to put it. Thanks for being out there. Kelly, we missed you. Where are you? Where's Kelly? Is she from Sacramento?
You know, I've actually never met her.
Oh, really? I met her. She's cool.
Seeing her live streams like around the time the encampment was ending. And like I said, that was like around the last time I went live.
This was a while ago.
Or the last time that I streamed.
It's just some time. Yeah, I think she just got there.
Probably early June. But it would be nice to meet her if
yeah, she's way cool.
We do find ourselves both here at the same time.
Yeah, Kelly, come back down south. It's hot as hell. Although it's Sacramento. If you're from Sacramento, I think that I might be wrong. But I think that's where you're from. Ha! Joe's from Reddit. Joe, welcome. We got a Redditor in the chat. I'm honored. What's your username, Joe? Love that. Hey, open forum. Anybody could talk. Anybody could talk shit if they want. That's all on them. Joe's not happy. I like your joke, Kelly, though. Your joke made me laugh. Because it's Johanna, and then Kelly says, "Joe, are you married to your sister, Joanna?" I like that. Yeah, we all miss your work, Kelly. But I'm going to go up north, so I might be totally wrong, Kelly, if you're in Sacramento or not. I think I recall you are, but I will say hello once I go back up north again. That'll be cool. Yeah, we all miss you. See, Kelly, I have to pick up your slack, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. This is the whole movement is not in good hands. No, it is with Jacob. We'll be all right. As long as we got Jacob here. That's all that matters.
It's me.
You're good. I was New Hampshire and what? Do you remember? Does it still say on your map?
Just your turn left on Lexington.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's up there, right? Like.
It's gonna be on your right. It looks like. Do you need the
Okay.
intersection that it's at?
No, it's just this one block up, right?
It looks like it. Yes.
Cool.
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Awesome.
Here.
All right, you're the man.
All right.
I'll see you
Have
soon.
a good one.
You too.
I may see you Friday.
Yeah. Well, let's tag
yeah,
team because
I'll
we're
keep
Solomon
in
and
touch
Streets
about
on the
that.
same day, so we'll figure that out.
I'll figure it out. The thing is, going back to that whole like journalist thing.
Yeah.
I feel like because I don't even know how much of this makes sense to say on stream.
Well,
but like I don't know.
you're comfortable.
Because I know both of them. And
Sure.
Like if I'm going in to
It's
cover
weird.
the case,
Right.
when they're also people that I know.
I know.
And I'm going out
Yeah.
to talk about it
Yeah. I
publicly,
feel you.
I just don't know if
It's an odd thing. I feel you.
I think
well,
it's,
I got
think
you.
it's a little bit. I feel like it makes a little bit more sense for you, like especially when you were at the Streets and Joey case, because you had never been around Streets and
Right.
Joey at the same time.
No.
have
No.
you?
Right.
I have.
Interesting. Right.
So I felt like that made me maybe just a little bit less, the defense may have, or the plaintiffs rather in that case, may have wanted to do more with that if I had tried to cover it more. So I'm just a little bit hesitant to cover it too much,
Right.
or at least in ways that I don't feel will be helpful. But I'll see. I'm gonna think some more about it before Friday,
Cool.
and I'll keep in touch with you either way.
Sounds good.
Either
And
way,
somebody
whatever
wants
I
us to
decide
sing
do.
it. Kelly wants to sing a duet, but we'll get to that.
Revoke
Scientology.
Scientology's tax exempt status.
Nice, nice. You have a better voice than I do. My voice isn't bad, but yours is better, I would say. Well, keep on fighting,
right.
and I'll see you.
Yeah.
See you soon, sir. All right, you know what, Johanna? I'm going to fulfill your request. How about that? That's how ballsy I'm going to be. That's just for you. I'm the only streamer that will actually fulfill a request buying an evil Redditor just because I love you. So let's do it. You want me to sit in the middle of the goddamn road? I'll sit in the middle of the goddamn road. How about that? This is all for Joe. Joe hates me, too. Joe doesn't even like me. All right, Joe. I'm going to flip the camera. You said sit in the middle of the road. Boom, middle of the road. And there's... Sorry. That was for you. I almost got hit by the garbage truck. There's a broma, pardon me. I was just telling that guy that was a joke. See, you almost... Joe, I almost died. That was for you, buddy. That truck almost damn hit me. That was all for Reddit. That's how much I need their validation, their haterade, their hatedation. I almost died. Don't tempt Dodge. I mean, if Reddit told me to jump off a bridge, I might just do it. I don't know. Having a leisurely walk. Yeah, I'm just getting to my car now at this point. It's hot as the dickens. Look, shit. not even thank you from Johanna. Man. Thought I'd at least get a thank you. I guess chivalry really is dead. Oh well. Maybe that's why I can't get a date. Who knows? Well, guys, I'll sign off relatively soon unless you want to have some steamy conversations. Now that it's just you and I. Balls to the wall. Definitely want to get a pack of cigarettes. How many cigarettes do I have? I just have one left. I'm thirsty. I'm always thirsty. I'm thirsty for honeys. Thank you, Dodge. You're welcome. At least somebody had to say thank you. Oh, check it out. Oh, yeah, actually, I probably will need one relatively soon. Thank you. How late are you open till?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock? Perfect. Thank you. All right, guys. Need to get a soda. Sorry, this is boring. You're just going to have me watch me get a soda. But later on, I'll paint with my feces. How about that? Good opportunity to quit? Never. How you doing? If I get a pack of Newport shorts, please.
Anything else, brother?
That'll be it. And actually, yeah, let me get a lighter as well, please.
Big?
Yeah, perfect.
Anything else, brother?
That'll be it.
Brother, 25.
We'll accept cart. Sweet.
You like a receipt?
No, I'm all set. Thank you. Alright guys, got my pack of smokes. I'm about to drive, pick up the dog, but well, we could chat for a second. If just like last time, you guys need to enjoy just having me listen to music. So if you want me to listen to some oldies jams, you want to take me home, or you want me to take you home, you don't even have to put out. How about that? I'll give you a kiss goodnight at the door and call it a day. And I'll still ask for a second date. I'm not as bad as you think. Oh man, it's hot. Woof! Bullhorns and signs, not clicks. Joe, that's fair. Joe, you missed the conversation about that. About when bullhorns and signs are effective. God, I look like I'm about to die. I don't look that bad, actually. I look more rugged than I've ever looked. Oh, there's a little bit of a Harrison Ford look. I wish. More of a Howdy Doody look. But fair, yeah. So, Johanna, you say more bullhorn signs and not clicks. Well, clicks, the more clicks we get, the more people are aware of the evils that Scientology are doing, because in our streams, God, I look like I'm 80 years old. In our streams, we're talking about the evils that they do. But fair point, my friend. One day, gotta look after them singing pipes. Yeah, well, you can hear me now, and they're sing to the radio if you want. Menthol all the way, hell yeah, too. The Marlboro menthol, yeah. You need water for the doggo? 50's gold. You know your shit, Kelly. That's why you're my favorite. Careful, don't offend anybody. You can offend whoever you want, Joe. Been there, done that. I'm the most offensive person in this chat, so Joe, talk away. This is, as I like to say, this is unsafe space, Joe. If you want to find one streamer who will let you violate them, let you desecrate them, and just generally make them feel unsafe, well, I'm your guy. Is Doggo chilling in the AC? Yeah, he's in my room. I'm going to pick him up. Although he's not going to want to walk that much. It'll be really hot. Kelly, any luck in getting the phone fixed? I wish you luck. Yes, DT, finally. That's good news, Kelly. I'm proud of you. Kelly or Kelsey? WTF not. Amen. Well, tell me if you guys want me to stick around. We listen to some jams. Don't let her make her blue. Just let her arms around her. Make rainbow thinking of her in everything you say and do. Take good care of my baby. Never make her cry. I'll stay. Her love's around her, and rainbows all around her. See a cloudy sky. Once upon a time, that little girl was mine. It's true, you know he'd never be with you, so take good care of my baby. Just as kind as you can be. If you should discover that you don't really love her, send my baby back home to me. Alright guys, gonna look. Oh, I got the hiccups now. We're just gonna say drinking and driving. Just drinking soda. I know all about you. I know. Look at Google Maps real quick. Well, all right, guys, we're back. I can't find the chat anymore. There it is. Any shady areas to walk dog? Yeah, where we're saying there are. Definitely. I take mine under awnings. I'll usually drive into a lake. So you can take a little dip under trees in a park or through multi-deck car parks. Yeah, that's smart actually. When it's summer, if I need to walk in the daylight hours, make sure to check the path tab. Yeah, well put. Well put. Seeing what's on. Well, my favorite song in the radio be Let's see. Oh God, not Taylor Swift. Fuck that shit. Doesn't Miss Cabbage like her a lot? Careful if paws hit the pavement. Yes, that's true. Well, we'll start with something. Cruising is good. Well, you can sort of see me. This dog will like to play with the beach. Is this gonna work? Yeah, I guess it will. Because I can see that. Yeah, no, the dog, because he hates the beach because he can't drink from it because it's salt water. So no. Has Scientology ruined Tay-Tay for you? Who is Tay-Tay? What the goddamn hell are you talking about? My dog won't walk if it's over 8. Me neither, right? So it's like 87 degrees. And he's probably half shepherd, so same girl. So not a lot of walking this summer. Yeah, I mean, I was with my dog, literally spent 2 weeks in Monterey up north and Morro Bay in San Francisco because it's about 20 degrees cooler. And so the dog is very active. This is surveillance, barely, not protest. I mean, so all right, Johanna, let's talk. Why do you feel that? What do you? All right, how about this, Joe? Nothing but love for you, sir. What do you think we could be doing? How about that? What do you think we could be doing? And maybe I'll do it. Besides sitting in the middle of the road, I already did that for you. And still you won't trust me. Joe, it's gonna be a hard turn to trust me. I'm gonna make you love me. Yes, I will. Speaking of Motown. Alright, what do you say? You want to protest without offending anyone. There. Well, Joe, there are plenty of protesters that offend people, believe me. I ain't one of them. Although I offended the security guard, I made a slightly gay joke. I was like, so are you going to do karaoke with me? He said, wouldn't you like that? And I was like, that's a gay slur. And then, did you hear the security guard laugh and say, yeah? So, you know, I offended him. I offended him with my blatant, closeted homosexuality. You know, I'm not as closeted as Zero Dark Tony, but I hope to get there one day. You know, it's hard to be that hidden in the closet like Zero Dark Tony, but, you know, someday I'll get there. We'll figure it out together. Let's see. Gotta get a brekkie. See you next time. Mwah, Carrie, thank you. What's your beef, Joe? Joe's cool. I think Joe mentioned he is from Reddit, and he disagrees with our tactics, so we'll talk about it. He says reassess what your actions are. Fair point. Johanna says it's like two ladies walking poodles. I'm not actually closeted, Kelly, but I like to make that joke just to bring up Zero Dark Tony. Ciao. Well, you can stay as long as you want, Joe, but thanks for weighing in. It was nice to have you. Remember, you can be as mean as you want, and you will never be banned here. You're always welcome. Ah, my phone fell. So, it's been nice to have you. And thanks for weighing in. Come back with some more tangible ideas, and maybe we'll enact about it. But I did sit in the middle of the street. I almost got killed by the garbage truck. Let's see what else we got on the radios. 60s gold. Oh, that's a good one. Shop around. Story of my life. Shop around. Then I'm on into town now. And the wind's gonna blow now. Women come and the women gonna go down. Down the love on so now. Mama told me, you better shop around. You better shop around. Get myself a bargain, son. Don't be fooled on the very first one. You got a lot of sun lately. Yeah, I'm looking red. My skin's peeling. I'm looking like L. Ron Hubbard. It's not a good thing. But I have gotten a lot of sun, yeah. I get very red. Like my nose looks awful. It starts peeling. It looks like I'm about to die. Shop around. Probably end the stream relatively soon because I gotta look at my maps. I don't ever wear sunscreen, Ellie. I should. Thanks for looking out. You're so sweet. I need that in my life. See, when you're alone your whole life, you tend not to take care of yourself. Believe me, Reddit will notice. A bargain, son. Don't be so about the very first one. Girls come a dime a dozen. $1 gonna get you true loving. The day I do. Make sure she's in love with you. Make sure she's in love is true now. Singing it and sad and blue now. Whoops. Oh, and I switched. Alright, I'm gonna send this damn stream. This does not work. Oh shit, a lot of new comments. The music reminds me of hanging out with my auntie. Aww, miss her. Great music. I'm glad I could bring back some memories. That's sweet. Yeah, I like old people's music, but it's kind of the best music. Know that you love me. The Drifters really love me. She left me. Why did she leave me all alone? I love her. I need her by my side. She'll be my guide. I wanna know. My baby, my baby, ain't my baby. All right, guys, I'm ending the stream to stream and drive because it's too hot. So, stream, be well, make love, not war.